Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel here for finally another video on the 1969 Honda Z50 build. As you've seen in the last videos, the bike is complete, it's done, looking brand new again, and I entered it into the Broke to Built bike build contest. Unfortunately I did not win, but I did make it to the final 32 of about 200 entries, so I'd say it's a pretty good accomplishment in itself. So anyways, on with this video where you'll see the transformation of the gas tank from looking like this to this, and the frame looking equally as good. Stay tuned to the end and keep an eye out for the next video on the engine rebuild, and following that, the complete reassembly of the bike.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards your...
Alright guys, finally back out here in the garage today. Family day weekend, and I'm working to get some Honda Z50 parts prepared for paint here and polished up. The brake backings, this one's nicely polished, this one's halfway there. Got the battery box sandblasted, ready for either epoxy primer or powder coating. Gas tank, I've stripped down the best I could with paint stripper, and now it's time to run that through the blast cabinet, get it cleaned up before I sand it down, put in a couple small dents someplace right there, and then get that frame primer, as well as these wheel halves and the seat that needs to be sandblasted first and then epoxy primed at the same time. Once that's in primer or paint, I'll proceed on here with the engine, get it stripped down, run through the blast cabinet, glass bead all the aluminum parts, get the outer halves painted, and get that carb cleaned up again and put back on, and then get reassembling the bike off of the stand here. Stay tuned and let's see how it looks when she's finished. Well, I've got the gas tank sandblasted around the edges, all the places that are hard to get to with the grinder or the sander. I'll take this Scotch-Brite pad there, clean up down to the bare steel, get some putty on those couple small dents, and then get it in epoxy primer.
I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards the prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time.
Just like that, she's all stripped down, ready for some putty. A small dent there, and a couple very tiny ones right there. Get them blocked out, get it sprayed with some epoxy primer, wet sand, and then spray with silver, mask off, and paint it red.
Make a statement, try to enjoy your life.
Alright, so Bondo there's dry. Let's get blocked out with some 80 grit here, and then throw some putty on top of that, sand it out with 120, and then it's ready for some epoxy primer and paint.
Try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out.
Clean off the dust there.
I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding.
And get some putty put down.
Bruising. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Alright, let that dry overnight. Come back out tomorrow, block it out with some 120 grit, and I think it's ready for some primer. And minor little dent there too. Alright, let that dry. Alright, so the spot putty there's all dry. Time to block it out with some 120 grit paper. And then get that in some epoxy primer.
It's your chance to be ruthless.
A little bit low there still. Need to add a little more putty there. The top there's looking nice.
They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid?
There we go. Let that dry overnight again. Sand it down and good for primer. All right, let's get that blocked up one more time.
I swear a voice forming in their stead. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb.
So I'm slowly working here, get the remaining parts cleaned up, sandblasted so I can epoxy prime them and get them painted. Seat pan there I've started, but I got a ways to go. Isn't too bad a shape, but just want to make sure it's taken down to bare metal. And then down here I have the sprocket and the wheel halves, which are quite rough shape. Got some scale on there to get cleaned off, and then pound out some dents, get them epoxy primed and painted silver. Vacuum on, turn on, lights off.
I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I won't get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Hey guys, so my Honda Z50 build is still underway, still work in progress, still have a lot to do. However, it's going to be crunch time for the Broke to Built bike build contest that I haven't entered in. So that means I really need to hurry up and get this thing painted. But as you can see, it's springtime now, kids' toys are all piling up in the garage, but it's not quite warm enough to get my own cars outside overnight for a few days. So that being said, I need to find a way of protecting everything from some overspray. So what I have in mind is I'm going to build a temporary spray booth using the garage door frames, hang down some polyurethane tarps, just to contain the overspray, hopefully, and save from getting it all over the cars and tools. Anyway, stay tuned. Let's see how that temporary paint booth turns out and how the paint turns out once I get it painted. All right, fellas, the day's finally come where I have the temporary paint booth set up in the back there to spray paint or epoxy prime the parts for the Honda Z50 build and then get them painted in the next week or so. Hopefully in time to have it done by the April 30th deadline for the Broke to Built bike build contest. Anyways, I'll show you more of that paint booth in detail here and get these parts epoxy primed tonight. All right, so just getting set up here to mix up the epoxy primer. And then we're using the temporary paint booth there that I put together using drop down 8x10 tarps. And then an 8x12 on the floor there. Nothing elaborate. Just a very simple drop down from the garage door frame. Using the vacuum cleaner there to suck up the overspray, pull it in that direction. Hopefully that helps from it coming out through the bottom here too much. Parts all hung up there just with some rope. Frame, seat pan, forks, gas tank, and the wheels. Let's get to it. All right, get the stuff mixed up 1 to 1. Not sure exactly how much I'll need, but we'll mix up a bit. and see how far it gets us. Alright, while that's draining out, we'll get the parts in here all wiped down.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me.
And just when you think the tank's ready for paint, you find a couple more small dents. Let's hope we got them all now.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out.
Alright, so we got the gas tank here for the Honda 50 and primer. Again, after finding a few small dents. We also have the gas tank for the Kawasaki KV75 there and primer. Headlight bucket for the Honda 50. And the peanut tank for my buddy Chris's Yamaha V-Star 650. We'll get them all wet sanded out here with 600 grit. Make sure there's no more dents. And then, assuming we're good, get it and paint tomorrow.
Deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
Well, finally ready for some paint here. Got the parts all hung up, ready for the silver base. And also the gas tank there for my buddy Chris's Yamaha V-Star. Get this mixed up and see if we can move on to the red tonight as well.
By thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts. Something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
guys, there you have it. I got all parts painted, base coat, clear coat. Also did my buddy Chris's gas tank for his Yamaha V-Star, and gas tank over there, just base coat white, clear for the Kawasaki KV75. We're doing that one next. Paint turned out pretty good in my opinion. I got a little heavy in some spots with some sags. Right there you can see. I'll have to get that wet sand polished out once it's fully cured. Anyways, that's a wrap for this video here. And thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Stay tuned. And the final video of the bike should be out in the next few weeks here, once the bike's done before the end of April for the Broke to Built bike build contest.